I'm extremely fortunate and honored to know and serve on the board with Marilyn Klein, Chuck Hafner, and Jim Kaufman. And we also just lost another great person and board member this year in Bill Bates. I've also had the opportunity to get to know and work with Rick Scott. And Rick has a true passion for serving, and we're all fortunate to have him overseeing this great organization. The diversity of people and backgrounds coming together for a common cause of creating safer and stronger community for all of us is inspiring, and you should all be very proud of your contributions, no matter how big or small. It truly is a community effort, and I believe those are the two most important words in SCOPE, community and effort. The Moving Forward initiative that Chuck spearheaded has helped bring the area stations closer together, and we hope to keep building on that success. And please know that the board is here to serve all of you and to do whatever we can to help you better serve your communities. And I'd like to thank Sheriff Knezovich, Chief Warner, and their officers and staff for allowing all of us the opportunity to serve and help in making Spokane County a truly great community. Thank you all, and now I think we're ready to hand out some awards. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, we're going to have all those volunteers who are receiving awards or somebody who's standing in for them to come to over here to Chris, the lovely Chris over here, standing over by the buffet. And then we'll have our, I want to introduce the rest of our board of directors again. We have Marilyn Klein. Marilyn, come on up. Okay. Then we're going to have Jim Kaufman. And we're going to have Chuck Hafner. Definitely has been a true friend of mine. We've gained some friendships, and he's really helped me a lot with the SCOPE program too. So thanks, Chuck. Okay, as they're assembling here our award recipients, I just want to kind of say again that we appreciate, I appreciate each one of you volunteers and the ones who couldn't make it here tonight, unfortunately. You have done so many great things for this program and built this program to a point where we are being noticed more and more and places even outside of the Spokane area. I'm privileged to go to a conference tomorrow or a meeting tomorrow in Seattle to brag more about our program and help other community-oriented policing and volunteers in policing help their agencies out with and their volunteers out too. So pretty excited about that. So saying that, we also wanted to just make sure that each one of you volunteers are really know that you are very much appreciated by all of us here. So we do have some groups here. It's always nice to see the Mounted Patrol back there and our SIRT teams, and we have so many other groups here, volunteers, which are really great. Also, I just want to mention Deputy David Morris down here is our liaison for SCOPE in the Sheriff's Office. Thank you, Dave. Yeah. And I want to thank my staff too. We have Venus Del Cambre Morris here. Got Cheryl Womble, Chris Easton, then Lee Chessman, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. So yeah, it's a great team here, so we try to keep it all together. So you guys ready? Okay, I think they're ready. Okay, so these are our SCOPE Station Most Valuable Volunteers Awards. And what we've had is we've had the stations actually select a member of their group or members to be the recipients each year. So I will read the person's name and then what station they come from, and then a little write-up from the station. So first we're going to have from Central Valley SCOPE, it's Mike Mahoney, and I believe Linda's going to fill in for him. So Go ahead, Linda, as I'll speak as you're coming up. Mike is always willing and able to get the job done, whether anyone else knew it needed to be done or not. He completed the painting on the station, but never told anyone he did it. Mike took care of removing the wood from the trees that were cut down, and lest I forget, the list goes on and on. If a repair is mentioned, Mike takes care of it quickly. Mike is our unsung hero, and S.C.O.P.E should be very proud of his dedication and willingness to help where needed anytime. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Or Linda. Nice try. Thanks, Linda. Okay, also from Deer Park S.C.O.P.E, we have Shirley Cornwell, who was also unable to attend tonight. We have Jolie, who's receiving the award. Shirley joined S.C.O.P.E in 1999. Since that time, she has held almost every position at S.C.O.P.E, including being secretary for the last 8 years. Shirley participates in many events that S.C.O.P.E is involved with in the community, such as Winterfest, Settlers Day, Pet Parade, Pumpkin Lane, and others. Along with her husband, Larry, they do disabled parking and assist on patrols. Shirley is valued and important member of S.C.O.P.E Deer Park, and without her, the station would not run as smoothly as it does. Thank you, Shirley. Okay, from S.C.O.P.E East, we have Jim Thrawley. Jim became a member of S.C.O.P.E in September 2005 and has been an outstanding member ever since. His accomplishments are many. Each year he helps with Otis Elementary to set up the crossing guards program and trains the new crossing guards. He does radar for the school. Each fall he goes out on S.C.O.P.E System on Patrol weekly, plays host to those that have participated in school crossing guard programs every spring with a thank you party. On top of his busy schedule, he helps out as needed, such as hauling the golf cart down to the Spokane County Fairgrounds and back when the fair is over. He also supported the S.C.O.P.E program at the fair by doing foot and golf cart patrols. Jim is always available when a member needs help. He is a real team player. He adds to his accomplishments. He was also was the president of S.C.O.P.E East for 10 years and assists the new current president when needed. Thanks, Jim. Okay, from Edgecliff S.C.O.P.E, we have Linda Kane. Linda has been a volunteer for a year and a half and has tackled difficult assignments and has the enthusiasm while serving 800 hours this past year. Oh my. Linda has served as an advisory team secretary and timesheet coordinator. She has been the right-hand assistant to the president and vice president in purging, organizing, and bringing our station files in compliance with the station manual. She was instrumental in updating a spreadsheet of pawn shops, etc., to assist the Valley deputies or detectives attempting to solve property crimes. She volunteers at the desk at their station once a week and also at the Valley Mall office. Linda has generously donated items to our station and yard sale while being actively involved in all of our fundraisers and participated in many other volunteer opportunities. Thanks, Linda. Okay, we have from Elk, we have Karen and Terry Erickson, who unfortunately couldn't make it. Sometimes we have we've had some illnesses or we've had surgeries come up with just at the wrong time for our banquets. So we'll have to talk to the doctors about that. So Karen and Terry, we have Bill here is accepting the award. Karen and Terry Erickson have both been in S.C.O.P.E for at least 10 years. Karen has been secretary for all those 10 years and has done a wonderful job. She also has served as treasurer and done traffic control along with Terry. Members of S.C.O.P.E could call on her with just about anything. Flip page. Anything. She also keeps track of the vacation watches and many other administrative areas. Terry has been vice president most of his time in S.C.O.P.E. He does a great job of vice president. When the president isn't at the meetings, he steps in to conduct the meetings. He has done all the reports on the cars and makes sure the service is completed. Terry and Karen have done a lot with Citizen on Patrol. They have been instrumental in coordinating activities with our groups and other organizations, including fundraising activities such as the Snack Shack and car washes. Also instrumental in co-coordinating our annual S.C.O.P.E Christmas toy giveaway with the parent gift giveaway sponsored by God's Closet. They are both very active in promoting S.C.O.P.E and crime prevention in our community. Both are also very well known and respected in the elk community. Thanks, Terry and Karen. And Bill. Okay, so this is E.W. Cheney, S.C.O.P.E station a recipient, and it's Claudia Lowman, and she actually lives in Sprague Lake, and she's still a member of S.C.O.P.E here, travels in. So anyway, we have she is not able to attend tonight, but let me read a little about her. She has been a very dedicated volunteer for the Cheney S.C.O.P.E station for 13 years. She has held every office and position several times over and commits her time and energy at the office and at every other event and meeting. Claudia has been very active in the area schools with Operation Family ID, our fingerprinting for the youth or adults in case they become missing, and loves to work with the children. She is always willing to help with everything and has a terrific personality and a smile for everyone. Her commitment and involvement has been above and beyond. Thank you, Claudia, for who you are and what you do. Yeah. Okay, for Fairchild Air Force Base, we have Sergeant Gregory Guldner. Yeah, close. Thanks. This award, and thank you for your service, definitely. This award represents something which means a lot to the 92nd Security Forces Squadron and Fairchild Air Force Base, active involvement within our community. The members of Team Fairchild are dedicated to the global community service and are committed to do whatever we can to make Spokane, the surrounding communities, and our world a much better place to live. As the NCOIC of Police Services, Sergeant Guldner accomplished many things in 2018. We are proud of and celebrate his achievements. In addition to his tremendous workload as an active duty member of the U.S. Air Force, he has also volunteered several hours for National Night Out, Police Week, Ribbon Week, DARE, McGruff, Scruffy, Eddie the Eagle, Citizens on Patrol, the Pumpkin Patrol, and many other S.C.O.P.E-related community events. Greg has never rested on his laurels, and instead he continues to move forward to ensure we are better protected both at home station and deployed. Greg, we salute you for a job well done. Thank you. Okay, from Liberty Lake S.C.O.P.E, Susan Chapin was not able to attend also. I think she might be in Europe or somewhere. So anyway, we have, we have our Joe here, our president, who's going to accept her deal, her award. Sue is a Liberty Lake vice president. She is also a SIRT, or Sheriff's Incident Response Team member, who helps with traffic control. She meets with Ray Baszler and Joe French once a week to discuss upcoming events and fundraising. Sue delivers the police paperwork downtown quite often. So she's one of our volunteers who carries the mail back and forth, which is very helpful. And let's see, she is very active in their school patrol program in Liberty Lake, and helps keeping Liberty Lake Elementary and Liberty Creek Elementary students safe. All of our members appreciate the help and time you donate to S.C.O.P.E. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, prior to the dinner tonight, we also received a letter from Mayor Steve Peterson from Liberty Lake, and Mayor Peterson wanted to really relay that his appreciation for S.C.O.P.E. and the Liberty Lake S.C.O.P.E. members for all they do for that city there. So thanks again, Liberty Lake S.C.O.P.E. volunteers. Okay, from Medical Lake S.C.O.P.E. we have Jeannie Payton. Jeannie has been in S.C.O.P.E. since 2012. She is at the present time our Vice President and Secretary. She is also our computer whiz. She drives a S.C.O.P.E. car on System Patrol and Radar Patrol. Jeannie comes with many great ideas for our office and community events. After working at S.C.O.P.E. and a full-time job, she still finds time to ride her new horse, Widowmaker, in many competitive events. She's also a member of our Mounted Patrol Unit too. So thanks, Jeannie. Okay. Speaking about Mounted Patrol, our awardee is Elizabeth Casteel. Elizabeth has been with the Mounted Patrol Unit for 4 years. She has jumped in to help with almost everything we have done. She is an amazing graphic artist and has made our group shine on paper and online. She has opened her home and her heart for our team. She is always willing to try new things and coming up with ways for us to stand out in the community. She has had some trying times as well, but is continually persevering, and she uses her experience to inspire others to always keep the faith. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Congratulations. Okay, next we have our awardee from S.C.O.P.E. North. He's also our photographer tonight. I said, Jeff, how are you going to take your picture? He said he actually has a little remote control he could do it with, but I think he has a fill-in. So this is Jeff Banke. Shortly after joining S.C.O.P.E., less than 2 years ago, Jeff has made an immediate positive impact on the S.C.O.P.E. North Citizen on Patrol program. Along with him, his timeless effort, he has donated equipment and computers to Citizen on Patrol. He has also developed computerized tracking forms, all of which have helped create a more efficient Citizen on Patrol process for them. Over 4,200 hours. That is how many hours Jeff has volunteered these last 12 months in support of S.C.O.P.E. North and the SIRT program. Thank you, Jeff, for all of your excellent contributions which have helped make S.C.O.P.E. so successful. Jeff will he'll raise his hand anytime, so we have to kind of say, wow. Yeah. Okay, our next category is our SIRT, our Sheriff Incident Response Team. Volunteers who go out and help with the traffic control, and we really want to support the sheriff deputies out there. We would like to get the deputies back out on the street and not have to worry about traffic control. So we feel that's one of our big programs we can really help out in. So their recipient this year is David Losey, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. So we have Luann, who's been with S.C.O.P.E for 50 or 60 years, I think, Luann, right? A long time. Anyway, David Losey has been a supporting member for over 8.5 years. He has routinely demonstrated the highest standard of membership, actively participating in fulfilling the team's commitment to be available 24/7 to the Sheriff's Department traffic control needs and to those communities needing assistance in planned special events such as fun runs and different events like that. He not only signs up on our duty schedule for several days a month, but routinely makes himself available should ever a need arise for additional assistance on scene. David is also our lead field trainer for new members. With all he does for our team, David also is an active counselor for young members of his church. David's efforts in support of the SIRT team bring great credit not only upon himself but also to the team's success, to S.C.O.P.E and to the Spokane Sheriff's Department. He truly embodies all that one can expect of a sincere and dedicated volunteer. Yeah, thanks, David.
Yay, David. Every organization out there that wants to have volunteers work with them, David is the one you want. He is always there. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, okay, kind of coming down to our last ones here. So we have S.C.O.P.E South. We have their president, Bill Newman. Bill always presents himself professionally and respectfully. He planned and implemented August's National Night Out at the Prairie View Park on the South Hill. He has established a rapport with the community businesses and groups, receiving many items for their drawing and also delivering thank you letters in person. His goal orientation for all things, he works towards reaching the goal with a calm and reassuring demeanor. That was shown by his actions in seeking out and securing a substitute major supporter for National Night Out this year, just a week before the event. The new supporter promised to continue helping for the next upcoming year, a reflection on Bill's ability to work calmly through any emergencies and establish rapport. S.C.O.P.E activities include 24 hours per week on call for SIRT and volunteering for special events. He's helped plan and put together tools for our Operation Family ID team, which registered over 50 children at the National Night Out event this year. Thanks, Bill. Okay, for S.C.O.P.E University, our S.C.O.P.E University station, Mary Birecki. I really enjoy when Mary comes in to do latent prints or helps us out at the Valley Precinct. She always has a positive attitude and a smile, so brings to us. So it's always nice to see her there. Mary is a volunteer who has stepped up many times to help fill in when our current secretary was unable to attend meetings. She never has said no. She's always had a friendly smile, never complains, and would always say yes. She has now served as university secretary for 3 years. She works every week in the office, does latent prints, including going on site to lift prints off. Oh, she went on site to lift prints off of a boat this year, I guess. Mary has said yes to Operation Family ID, Citizen on Patrol, joined in on the fun for our Halloween party and National Night Out to name just a few of the many volunteer opportunities she has been a part of. Mary is a well-rounded volunteer, and we are all happy to call her our friend. Congratulations, Mary. Boy, she snuck out of there quick. Okay, our West Valley S.C.O.P.E, Harley Gordon is their most valuable volunteer this year, and he was unable to make it. He's out of town. But we have Ronnie up here to accept his plaque. Harley is involved in every aspect of West Valley S.C.O.P.E. He is in charge of the Citizen on Patrol, the car, and radar. He does latent prints, and he is always ready to help anyone. Harley is a good teacher and is willing to teach others whatever he can. We are so proud to have Harley as our Volunteer of the Year. Thanks, Harley. Okay, now we have a couple awards which they're never, we don't list who the awardee is until the banquet here. So it's, we feel that's quite an honor and privilege to have these volunteers. So we're going to start off with our Lifetime Achievement Award. And we present this award to a volunteer who's we felt like, you know, they've been very much a part of the S.C.O.P.E program for usually a long time, and we just want to honor them for everything they've done from now to the past, you know. So saying that, this year, the S.C.O.P.E Lifetime Achievement, the first one, we have two of them, Lifetime Achievement Award is presented to Marilyn Miller of S.C.O.P.E North. Yeah, you got to come on up, Marilyn. Marilyn's another one of the volunteers who I've known for quite a while now, and she's been so dedicated and just always there and always has that smile on her face here. Yes. So, as I'll go ahead and talk. So, Marilyn has been an active member of S.C.O.P.E North since 2005. She is a former S.C.O.P.E North president and has been our amazing office manager for over 10 years. Marilyn's many tasks include office staff scheduling, monitoring the our VIMS, which is our database for keeping track of our hours, and ensuring S.C.O.P.E North responds in a timely manner to all correspondence. Marilyn has written a comprehensive office procedure manual for them, which ensures the office staff successfully completes their functions. Members constantly rely on Marilyn's knowledge of all things related to S.C.O.P.E. Marilyn, you are the heart and soul of S.C.O.P.E North. Thank you for all you've done for us. Okay, our next Lifetime Achievement Award is presented to Tom Ruffles, who unfortunately couldn't make it here tonight, but I will, I think he had a fall or something like that and maybe injured himself, so he was looking forward to this. Tom Ruffles retired from his career as a teacher at Spokane Community College in June of 1999. A week later, he was volunteering for S.C.O.P.E Newman Lake. We've merged the S.C.O.P.E Newman Lake station into the S.C.O.P.E East station, so we don't have that station currently. Tom became president and held the position for 6 years. Tom always found small things to accomplish, such as building several wooden consoles for the S.C.O.P.E cars, holders for the SIRT truck wands, and installed a plastic shield on a radar reader board. All of these things made life a bit easier for all members. He is now a member of S.C.O.P.E East and has been a member there for 3.5 years and has served as vice president and does assist on patrol every Monday. Tom has never been sorry a day in his life that he joined the S.C.O.P.E organization as it has made many new friends for him over the years, and he has felt grateful to be able to help the county sheriff's department in the ways that S.C.O.P.E has allowed him to. Tom has also been involved in the SIRT team, the CER team, which is the Community Emergency Response Team, and Fire Corps. So thank you, Tom. Okay. Well, this is kind of our big award, which is presented on behalf of the S.C.O.P.E Board of Directors and the S.C.O.P.E staff each year. So this is something we really look at, and to choose a volunteer for this, and it's sometimes it's really hard because we have so many great volunteers, all of you, that it's hard to just pick one. But definitely, the one we chose, we believe, is a great volunteer. Let me read about the volunteer. The 2018 Spirit of S.C.O.P.E Award is presented on behalf of the S.C.O.P.E staff and S.C.O.P.E Board of Directors to recognize a volunteer who embodies the mission and values of the S.C.O.P.E organization. This includes giving their time and energy and complete effort in support of S.C.O.P.E, the Sheriff's Office, and the community they serve. This year's awardee winner has been a member of S.C.O.P.E for 3 years and has volunteered over 6,000 hours to the Sheriff's Office and S.C.O.P.E since starting in 2015. That's a huge amount. This volunteer always has a positive attitude and is eager to help everyone. It is always a great pleasure working with him. This volunteer is a member of our SIRT team and has dedicated over 5,000 hours to SIRT. He has set up a program with the S.C.O.P.E stations and volunteers to help reduce speeding in our streets. Because of his countless hours of dedication with S.C.O.P.E, SIRT, and as the coordinator of the S.C.O.P.E radar team, it is a great honor to recognize Larry Gantz as our 2018 Spirit of S.C.O.P.E Award volunteer. Larry has done so many other things. He volunteers for Meals on Wheels, and he was a Citizen of the Month for the Valley. So he's done a lot. So. Okay, let me get back to our deal here. Again, before we leave here, I just want to, I'm missing something here, Cheryl? Okay. Before we leave here, I want to thank each one of you for coming out, for your support of S.C.O.P.E, and for the Sheriff's Office. I know our volunteers, love all you deputies and admin and all that. I mean, that's why they're here. S.C.O.P.E wouldn't be as good of a program if it wasn't for our sheriffs, current sheriff, past sheriffs, and deputies and all the staff there in supporting our organization. A few years back, I know we were the largest community-oriented policing organization for an agency in the whole nation. And again, that's saying a lot for the volunteers in our community, but also for the law enforcement side, supporting us through this, and allowing us to help them out. And every time each time I go to the sheriff command meetings or talk to other, admin or different supervisors of different areas, I always say, is there a way that our volunteers can help, because they're really, really ready to help each one of you. So that's from the volunteers. And again, thank you for all the support there. We want to thank Leslie Lowe. She's probably left now, but thank her for being the MC even through a difficult speaking time, and also for the sheriff, Under Sheriff Ellis, Captain Werner, and everyone else there. And the Marabou Hotel, I think they did a pretty good job tonight, right? So, okay, saying that, we'll have our honor guard come up and finish the ceremony. Thank you. Retreat.